if you are someone working in a government office, or let's just go straight, if you work in IEBC and you are privy to things that happened in the last general election, I want to ask you, Kenyans, do you think that person will have the audacity to publicly speak about it, even though the chairman is now out of office? Do you think? I'm asking this question in the context of a whistleblower and that has given a statement, a report on what, according to him, happened in the last general election, saying that Raila got 8.1 million and Ruto got 5.7 million, but the figures were altered. And according to him, that is how things went. This is normally a discussion that when it is brought forth, there is an escapist narrative that is thrown in the public that the people that supported Raila Odinga, or rather Azimio la Umoja supporters, do not have the prescription, the best prescription to heal, accept, and move on. But it has been going on there. I just want to read for you an excerpt of that statement that has come from the whistleblower before we look at a report that have just come out some few minutes ago. This is what I was writing. It is in a website, the ibcwhistleblower.org. I am a current employee of IEBC, and in that capacity, I was central to the administration of 2022 elections. I have taken this extraordinary step, knowing full well the risks to me, my family, and colleagues to provide the authentic, incontrovertible data on 2022 Kenyan elections. That original data, which the public has never seen until now, shows without iota of doubt that IEBC, under Chairman of Post-Chebukati, Commissioners Abdi Gulie and Boyamolu, together with the CEO Marjan Hussein, provided falsified data and results to the Kenyan people. I can think of no crime bigger than this. The voice of the people is the voice of God, and it must never be abrogated by anyone within the state. I have chosen to reveal what I know because I could never live with myself if I did not do the right thing. I am a Kenyan and my conscience is to the sovereignty of the people of Kenya. I did not read full of it. I want you to listen to Jeremiah Kioni. He's given a presser on that. Yeah.
Also seen when you do 59% of the constituencies examined in that document, and this is a person examining before the alterations were done as the results were heading to the portal. 59% of the constituencies examined showed results that cannot be verified with absolute certainty. But again, in the same document, what has been verified so far shows that Raila won the elections with 8,170,355 votes, representing 57.53% of the votes cast by that when that verification was done. Ruto got 5,915,973 votes, representing 41.66% of the votes cast. Most of the manipulation that was done happened within the Mount Kenya region. As I said, the whistleblower is not hiding his identity. This is a research, a study that has been done by a group known as Vanguard Africa a non-profit organization that partners with pro-democracy leaders across Africa. You can reach him, and I want Kenyans to take this down. You can reach him. This is his Twitter handle, at Smith-Jeffrey T. That document is available. At Smith-Jeffrey T. As I said, a comprehensive statement will be issued by our party leader and the others that you have already seen with us in Azimio. And I ask that you take time also, go through the report. We will summarize it for you.
Okay. That is Jeremiah Kioni. What do you make of that statement, ladies and gentlemen? There is some gaps that I want you to fill. And I have read that report a bit. One of my quick recap from what I've heard, number one, I want you to look at how this information developed. Robert Alai tweeted the day before, I think that was on Sunday, that a whistleblower was ready to speak, to spill the beans on what had happened in the last general election. So Robert Alai is the Kileleshwa MCA. Apart from, he's one of the leaders around ODM, in ODM. And of course, he rose from being a blogger. So he is an influential personality that cuts clout, or rather that has following across the country. From when Robert Alai started talking about it, I was a little bit skeptical because I knew that this could be someone who has something and has gone to Robert Alai because Robert Alai is an influencer. Why didn't it go to Raila Odinga's secretariat? Or why did that person even take that to court or something? And from that place, he also mentioned that Azimio leadership will come to talk about it in future. Strategically, you'll realize that for better part of December, the person who has been talking about the position of Azimio has been Opiyo Wandayi. And even when Post-Chebukati was leaving, Opiyo Wandayi was speaking about, or tweeted yesterday, that there was a plot to remove the current deputy CEO, Ruth Kalundu, from the commission. But on this one, you saw Jeremiah Kioni is the one now who came out and did press briefing. Jeremiah Kioni is the Secretary General of Jubilee Party. So someone can also argue that maybe Azimio have owned that document and they are in agreement with it, or they want to use that document, but they're trying to test the reception with the people. And that's why it has not been released by anyone close to Raila, very Raila's close confidence. It has been released on the other side by Jeremiah Kioni to test the waters. And this could be first to see the reaction, or how Kenyans are going to react. The initial report, maybe it was to be released by Robert Alai, but it would have, because Robert Alai Kenyans would remain a bit skeptical because he has the tag of being the blogger. They decided then to try the other way around by going Jeremiah Kioni route. Kindly subscribe to our channel, because the next part of this, I want to advance some 4 interesting theories about this. Kindly subscribe. I normally sometimes like reminding you, and click the notification bell if you like our videos. I also want to thank you for those who share. You can also share, and with that, we are growing revenue stream. This is normally our work. So I know Kenyans are asking questions. Why now? I'm also wondering, why now? Is it coincidence with Post-Chebukati exit? We have seen a very well organized public relation program to repackage Chebukati as the hero of our century, and that to some extent, people Kenyans have been saying that for how long are we going to glorify impunity or people who break the law? We've done this in the past where things did not go well, but then we come up and start now praising people who maybe did not do things right. So, Kenyans asking, why this report? Wafula Chebukati is leaving. Is it meant to desanitize his name, or rather to still to neutralize to counter what the Kenya Kwanza team are doing on Wafula Chebukati? But I also want to point out something. That whistleblower mentioned about the three commissioners. Mentioned about Wafula Chebukati, Boya Molu, and the rest, the CEO, and WLA. Chereras were technically left out. If you ask me, I know that Cherera team could be out, and I would advance a theory that there would be efforts, you can also map out their hands in this move, maybe to expose what so far they have. May think about it. What so far they know about the election, and they could be behind this. It's a possibility. But I want to, because that has been advanced quite many times, I want to look at it on the other side. And I want to look at it with the first question I asked. Do you believe that someone ambaye anafanya kazi kwa serikali sahihi, umeona DCI amesukumwa nje, umeona Chereras amesukumwa nje, president is now in full charge of intelligence. Do you believe there could be people, someone will have audacity, if indeed is an insider giving this report, would have audacity to talk about this? That question brings me to my theory number 2, that Ruto team could as well be behind this. Yes, you cannot rub them out. I know it's a wild thought, but it could be that even President Ruto, Kenya Kwanza team, could be behind this, and the intention would to sustain the narrative, or rather to sustain the feeling, or rather the followers of Azimio, that Raila should be the candidate coming next general election. That's what I'm saying. When you tell Azimio supporters that Raila got 8.1 million and Ruto got 5.7, what does it say? Raila has been in this election over, and what has sustained his candidature is the fact that, number one, the Uluske, it was stolen. So when this narrative is taken a little bit further, it's one thing that could be William Ruto and the team are willing to take a little bit of the purchase, but try to tell Kenyans that Raila should be on the ballot because Raila won the election. I have said that decision on whether Raila is vying or not should not be depending on 2022. No. Because the 2022 dynamics are different from 2027. 2022 Uhuru was firmly in the picture, 2027 Uhuru is not in the picture. So there could be a strategy that is being played out here. And that is why I asked, if this is from IEBC, who is this from? Nani atatoka aongelee hiyo maneno sahi? Jamani, nani atatoka? Hebu nifikirieni. Who will talk about it? And as you know that, could it be, I've seen that their organization is, I don't know, Vanguard Africa. I think it's from African countries. So, is it a probability that powerful forces that could have elevated Ruto presidency are turning against him? And now revealing this information bits by bits, just as a drop in the ocean to say that, look here, we can still do this. Do someone want to show? Because if you're showing, if the data is showing Raila got 9.1 and someone is 5.7. What is going on here? Is it pass, or is it Chebukati himself who wants to show Ruto that I made you the president? Okay. I've decided to turn it that way because I don't surely believe on this story in terms of who the source, in fact, of Mtaani aongele. I tend to restrict myself to the shallow thing, typically. But lastly, there is one thing that I like with this discussion. It directs election reform agenda to about point on ICT, the electoral infrastructure. For better part of this week, we have been talking about people, commissioners, I don't know, agents that were not in polling station. I don't know, bombers of Kenya, the way results were being altered. We've spoken about alterations on paper, that results were already there, so they were to be altered on paper. We don't know, some commissioners this, some commissioners that. Me, I've always insisted that on some factors, in terms of the election, the real thing, the other things can be handled by law, morals. But ICT, infrastructure that was used, is what should be probed. That should be the center of election reform agenda. And this discussion is taking us there. So if Raila Odinga, if it gains momentum and Raila team gets it, So I don't know how you look at it, because some also argue that it could be forces that want to activate Raila Ruto rift in the wake of a discussion of handshake. Maybe that Raila should still showing that creating that rift, and when you create that rift, it necessitates, it brings up a handshake. So many theories are on the table. I don't know which one you buy, which one do you think? I've tried to put up my mind into this, but I also want to see what you're saying in the comment section.